friends, welcome back to Five Oaks Farm Stitching. My name is Rachel and this is video 2 of my 12 starts for Christmas. I did a video a few days ago on my first 4 starts that were new Christmas patterns to me, and now I'll be doing starts 5 through 8. So I did start 4 new patterns that I love just as much as the first 4. Thank you to all of you who tuned in and watched the video and my last floss tube video. I've loved sharing all the Christmas fun with you guys. So we're gonna jump right in, just like last time, with an old FFO. Old meaning last year, because that was the first time I ever finished anything. So I shared my other Primrose finish last time, and this one is Christmas Alphabet. I finished them exactly the same. So the other one was Christmas Trees and Stitching Please, and this is Christmas Alphabet. Just as cute as the other one. I finished them identically, so they hang on a Christmas tree right by each other. The little snowy tree is my favorite, and then the little gifts with the bows. I loved stitching this. I had never done any kind of special stitching like the details on here, but it was quick and fun, and I love it. And then one thing I hang with these on this tree, I did not make. I actually got this at a thrift store, but someone made this and did a beautiful job, and I just wanted to show just little pieces of fabric they cut out and then stitched down. I just think it's adorable and couldn't believe, I think I paid $1/4 for it. So now I can treasure someone else's work, so I'm glad to do that. And then I do have 2 of the stockings that hang in our house. These don't hang in the living room. They actually hang in my husband and I's room. My grandmother made them. I'm pretty sure the first one she made for me when I was born. So this was probably for my first Christmas. And I want to make some of these stockings so badly. I have a handful of them in kits that I bought off eBay. I have vintage ones from the 80s that I would like to do. I'm just nervous. I just feel intimidated because I don't even know where to begin. But I have this one that my grandmother made, and then when I got married, she made one for my husband. So this one's 20-something years newer than mine, but still just as sweet and adorable. Little Santa with his axe. So I would love to make those. I have one for each of my kids. I think I have a firefighter one for my husband. I just haven't got them out to tackle them, so maybe that will be a goal for 2026. Something else crafty and Christmassy that I am making as a gift. I'll put a little disclaimer. If you are one of my 3 sisters or my very dear friend who has a December birthday, please fast forward, because what I'm gonna share I am making for Christmas. But I had the idea to make a little gift binder for some of the members of my family and then one of my friends. I have a cute little book that I write down everything I buy for Christmas. Helps me keep track of a budget, but also what I give each kid, and I can look back and see gifts from previous years, and that's fun too. So I bought 4 big red binders and then just some cute scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. And I will probably also get on Canva and make some kind of title page right here to kind of glue on top of this that says the person's name, making a list, checking it twice. Something that just lets them know it's for keeping track of their Christmas gifts. And then I wanted to make a bag that I could punch grommets in so that it can actually go inside of the binder. So little canvas or vinyl bag, and then I bought a grommet punch. But sadly, my grommet pliers were not the right size, and so I did have to pause the project and order the correct pliers so that this would go in the binder. But I did get this first one finished, and basically what I wanted was a little bag that would hold their tape and scissors and pin and gift tags, and it was all in one place so they can grab their binder, be ready to wrap gifts, and write down what they got everybody and how much it was. And so I made a little double zip vinyl bag, put some cute little zipper pulls on it. And so in this front vinyl pocket, I just put a bunch of random gift tags so they can choose. I mean, you never know what kind of wrapping paper people have. So I just did an assortment in there. And then in the big zipper pouch, I have scissors, tape. I'll put a pin in there. They can keep whatever they want in this bag. And so I just need to do a few more things to finalize the binders and then get the grommet punch so I can put the 3 grommets in here and put it in the binder for them for Christmas and just have a cute little homemade gift for them that keeps them organized. And then I have one last thing to share. I got a gift from someone at work. The ladies on church staff with me at work, we did a name drawing, Secret Santa gift exchange, and one of my dear friends got my name, and as soon as she handed me the box, I thought to myself, oh, I hope it's something that she made, because she is so talented. She's quilted for a very long time. She seems to be able to sew anything, and so I could not believe when I opened the box, she actually made me something that I have been wanting for a very long time. It has to do with cross stitch. And I just wasn't going to pull the trigger at Christmas and buy myself something that's pretty expensive on Etsy for something handmade like this. And so she made me a little by the couch, hang over the edge of your couch, cross stitch organizer. It is just incredible. So I'll show you this side first. Look at all the details. She included some floss. This opens up, you can put things in here, you can slide something in there, all the cute little details in the pockets. On the very top, she has a little needle book, like a place with needles. And then this is a pin cushion that snaps off, and she even put a magnet inside. She said, I copied like on your bags, and I put a magnet in there, so now I've got some pins, and my needles, look, are just stuck right there for when I'm working on the couch. And then the other side, more spots to stick things. I could not believe it. I had never told her I wanted one of these, and this just happened to be what she made me for our gift exchange. So now I have this adorable cross-stitch workstation to put on the couch all season long. Okay, so now that I showed you all my fun stuff, I just wanted to share with you guys the first new pattern. So start number 4 is Peace on Earth by Teresa Kogut. So many different little cute things on here. This was a Patreon chart last year. And y'all know what fabric I'm gonna say I'm using. I am using fabric Flair 14 count taupe. This is how far I got. 1 red bird and 1 little tree. And I am very proud to say that this is the only fabric I purchased to start these 12 Christmas starts. I used what was in my stash, which honestly is not very much. And then I actually went into some bags I had kitted up or projects that I had started that I had like the whole, whatever size originally it was like purchased, I had like the whole thing in that bag, and I cut off what I needed and left it in the bag and then used it for these. So I tried to be as responsible as possible, used from stash, dug through everything, but I did want this to match the other Christmas Teresa Koguts that I'm doing. So this was the one purchase. So I can have this match my Hello Cardinal and whichever one I showed last time that was Teresa Kogut. I can't remember right this second, but this is a giant piece that I still need to cut. So it says Fabric Flair 14 count taupe. And that is such a fun fabric to stitch on. And as I've said, I love the colors on this that Teresa Kogut uses. So that's super fun. And then the second one is a Prairie Schooler. And I think this is my first Prairie Schooler pattern to stitch. I finally bought some last year. I was so excited to get a few in my stash. And so I am starting with the one that was always my favorite every time I saw it, and that is Button Up I love this one and all the little squares. It is on Unfinished Stitches. I noticed they were doing it and they said it's just so much smaller than we thought. And it really is. It stitches up even on, well, I think this is a 16 count, but it's tiny. The little squares are tiny. And so I got square 1 done. Button up to the chin till May comes in, winter. And then this is on a 16 count sand dollar by BeStitchMe. And so I cut it, I always cut a little bit big, especially since I had the little mishap. So this is more than I need, but I was able to cut this off of another project. And so I'm excited about that one. I can tell, you know, when you get started, you can tell which ones you're not going to be able to put down. And I finished that first square and I knew I needed to the next day move on to the next start. And I just wanted to move on to the next square. So I know I'll love that one. And then I have a free pattern by Sweet Wing Studio. I just looked this up recently, but it is a free chart from 2021. So hopefully if you were interested, you could still get it. It's called By Angels Bright. Little kind of nativity, shepherds in the field, sweet chart for Christmas. And I started this one on an 18 count Lunar by BeStitchMe. This is the one I got the least amount of progress on. I'm not really sure why. I think I was just going slow. Also, probably because it was 18 count. I was going slower, but found a perfect little fabric. I had a snowman Teresa Kogut pattern kitted up with this in there that'll probably be in my 26 starts of 2026. And so I got to take this off of that piece of fabric and get this started. This one has some really sweet colors that are kind of different for Christmas, but they're perfect for this pattern. So that one will be quick probably. And then the last one comes from Cross Stitch Magazine 2025 holiday issue. Oh, and it's actually on the front. I had opened the page, but I am doing this one right here. It's the first Noel. And I actually did start this, or I didn't start it, but I pulled it because I wanted to do the Sal reason for the season. And everyone was just pulling a religious reason for the season pattern. And I had chosen this and I had found the fabric, but then I didn't start it. So I am going to do this one. I had a giant piece of dark blue that I think I purchased on Amazon, maybe right when I first started cross stitching. And so I went from corner to corner on the top and then started coming down. And so that is the width of the pattern. So it really is not very big. And I think it's sweet with Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus. And I pulled what I had for colors and I think had to kind of pick some of my own. So we'll see how they look, but I'm thinking if this stitches up pretty easily and I enjoy it, I have quite a bit of this blue, I might do these for gifts for next year for people because I think it's just such a sweet pattern. But those were my 4 new starts. I forgot to show the bag for the first Noel. It's the only bag that's cute. The rest are in 2-gallon Ziplocs because 12 new starts, I don't have 12 empty bags. So I made this one out of Good Tidings, Great Joy, I think is what it's called. And I tried some different quilting on the front, and then it has the cutest little reindeer on the back. So sweet little bag holding the first Noel. Something else I stitched this week that I gave away, so I'll have to pop a picture up, was a little ornament, just the word Noel on there in 2025, and I made that for the person that I drew at our work gift exchange. And so I'll share that picture up here. And then behind me, I have the quilt I made my daughter last year. So it's her Grinch quilt. She loves the Grinch, and I didn't use a pattern. I just kind of chose what I wanted to do around the panel, and it was really the first time I did a lot of custom quilting around his face and different parts of that panel down the different lines. I did a lot of really fun stuff. So if you haven't caught my quilting video that I did a few months ago, you can see the process of me making that in there. And then I have 2 more patterns that I want to share with you all. And remember, I'll do 2 each time I do a starts, the 12 starts of Christmas videos. I'll gift away 2 patterns, and then probably when I do my first video of 2026, I'll share who these patterns are going to. So the first one for today is Teddy's Christmas Closet. And so I've shared before, there's a really awesome handcraft thrift store consignment situation in a town near me, and I got to pick up a lot of these older leisure arts and just different older patterns that I love. I would stitch that bear and then the bears in the basket. I think they're so cute. But if you are interested in this one, you can comment Teddy. And then the next one is Snow Angel. And she is so pretty. Little bunnies in the snow. Her dress has some snowflakes on it. So if you are interested in Snow Angel, you can put snow somewhere in your comment. She's really pretty. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you all so much for watching and joining me and always having the kindest, sweetest comments for me to read through. I love the community and I love being able to connect with you and have friends on here who love cross stitch. I do have crafty friends. I have friends who love to sew, but I don't really have anyone who loves to cross stitch in my close inner circle. So it's so nice to have that connection here and to have such a warm community to be a part of. So I am again wishing you all Merry Christmas, and I'm so thankful for you, and I will see you in 4 days. Bye.